everybody, and welcome back to Esports Ohio. This is our club quarterfinals for our Marvel Rivals season. We have a match between Riverdale and Northview, but we accidentally skipped past the first map here as Riverdale just was so eager to get their first win of the day. They're able to get that last map. And Anakin, how was that last map after watching that replay?
All right, so yeah, we took a quick glance at the replay before coming into this next map. Unfortunately, you guys aren't going to get to see it, but Riverdale did run a triple support comp, similar to what they're running now. They ran the Adam Warlock, they ran the Gambit, and they ran the Invisible Woman as well, along with the new hero, but it looks like they're going to be switching up their comp a little bit. Stinklestank opting to run the Spider-Man, and Lanico on the Ultron, who recently just got a nice little range buff on those drones. Stinklestank
Already
taking the fight nice and early.
Spawn camping the Hella, a little bit of a BM play here, but I mean, like, you gotta make sure that Hella cannot get an angle. Spider-Man is the one to be able to contest so close range here. So she was uncontested on this high ground. Might be able to get one, but just whiffs his webs, and looks like he has to get out of here very quickly.
Yeah, unfortunate that Stinklestank isn't going to be able to convert, but the team is just going to be getting pick after pick after a pretty convincing win on that last map. Northview's going to have to make some adaptations and some changes to the comp if they're going to want to take down this beast that is Riverdale.
And already Riverdale very close to their ultimates, or already have the Ultron ult at almost 90%. Invisible Woman has their ultimate online right now. And we're going to see Sylvania Northview does have the Punisher available, but that's almost like immediately canceled out by the Invisible Woman. So we're going to have to see how these work. And Ghostface absolutely ices down Ultron. And now they're going to have to walk forward, and that's going to be the Ultron popping his ult after the res. Invisible Woman, then it pops both Invisible Women popping theirs as well. Riverdale did pop more of the ult. Eyeball Gamoto stuns 4. Now just have to convert the pick here, but no pick will be converted for Riverdale as this is done to stop the aggression. Riverdale used 3 ultimates in that fight, but Sylvania Northview loses their Punisher who had the ult available. And that's going to be Northview firing back, taking down the Spider-Man. And it's going to be even both ways. It seems that Riverdale has to give up space here as Northview is slowly pushing back the spawn hold.
Yeah, I mean, Riverdale really holding nice and close here. This is exactly what you want from the defending side. Don't give the attackers any room to breathe. Just hold this spawn as long as you can, and then hopefully just portal right back to the beginning here with the strange portal. I think that is Riverdale's plan, but they're just going to be able to stall this out with those 3 support ults. And I mean, just the immense amount of sustain and damage from the Stock Exchange with this brand new team up with Invisible Woman. You didn't know the E ability that charges, or the RB on console here. It actually sucks the enemies in as well as does massive damage.
I mean, we also see like great ult rotation there by Riverdale, able to back up the Venom stalls, and then you have this rocket that can kill any diver. There's going to be Invisible Woman ult, just going to be able to isolate the group, take them down. We see that team up in action right there. I mean, just absolutely brutal as the group just is caught by himself and taken down so quickly. Agamotto in the spawn.
2 inches away from the spawn door. Really showing Sylvania Northview who's boss, but I mean, hey, they're gonna have a bunch of their ults coming online. It's gonna be very difficult for Riverdale to hold, since they do only have the Ultron ult to defend them. But hey, maybe something can happen. We do have a Spider-Man ult, the Venom ult online.
Venom already using his ult, getting them very low. Isn't going to get killed. Does push out the Invisible Woman ult. The Punisher ult as well is going to be unleashed. Trying to get a pick here, but it's going to be hard. Everyone's going to be jump behind cover. The rocket falls very low, but it's going to be able to escape because Ghostface finds one. The Amazing Spider-Man pops the ult, but is not going to get a pick, as that's going to be Ratcon on the rogue, able to find one and break through this choke. Northview finally has a chance to push up.
Yeah, but Stinklestank is a man with a plan. Not exactly sure what they're going to cook up, but they might be able to stall apart just a little bit longer, maybe get it into overtime, as Riverdale is able to recoup and gain their bearings as they're going to take another fight.
You'll have to keep fighting until
shout shout out to these console players. I believe at Marvel Rivals, if someone's on console, it shows you what their buttons are. So, I mean, 2 console players over here on Riverdale. That's going to be a Rocket Red going to be used for the Hella ult. Is going to be used to try to cancel it out, but with that damage amplifier, it's going to knock her out of it so quickly. Now OT is slowly ticking down. There's going to be a Cloak and Dagger ult to try to sustain them. There's going to be a Riverdale firing back with an ult of their own, and Sylvania has to try to get a pick here, but the Invisible Woman ult stops ult aggression. The Hella is going to get picked by Single Stank here, and the Eye of Agamotto is going to hit 1. But the Rogue is going to be able to sustain and not to take him down. Cat Creeper walks back. The shield is going to be good. It's going to stop the majority of the Eye of Agamotto, as that's going to be the Ultron ult finding another pick. And Northview only has a small amount of members trickling onto the point and are not going to be able to push any further, as Riverdale hold them almost in their spawn for the complete duration of the first half.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Riverdale, you're extremely happy with this hold. You're only going to need 1 or 2 good fights to actually capture this point and take home the second map in the series. And I mean, hey, Riverdale has the momentum coming in from map 1. It's going to be really hard for Sylvania Northview to turn this around.
Sylvania Northview has some good ideas there with the ultimates. Honestly, I wanted to see the Punisher ult a little bit earlier. He was the first one to get his ult online, and by the time he used his ult, he could have had 2. So maybe if Ghostface had a little bit more confidence in him and used that ult more aggressively, more often, maybe we see Riverdale on the back foot here.
Yeah, I mean, I do really like the DPS picks from Sylvania Northview. This Hella and the Punisher, and along with the Cloak, even with the cloak blinds, I mean, it's just gonna be able to shred through Riverdale's triple support line and maybe burst those tanks down a little bit easier. But I mean, unfortunately, like, it just didn't quite work out. But hey, maybe it'll work out on this defense here, because I mean, this map is very heavily defense sided, as we just saw Riverdale hold on that first corner there.
You see, especially with Northview running these pokey characters. We see the Magneto, we see the Hella, and the Punisher. Characters that can put a lot of pressure in from very long range. Definitely going to have to rely on them, but Riverdale are looking to just break through this choke with utmost force, as they have a Hulk and a Venom.
Yeah, and Stinker Stank on the back line, hitting a nice little combo onto PA Creeper.
Better than Aunt chicken soup.
And with that pick already, the Luna Snow, that's going to be so much of the support just taken down. And that's going to be, oh wait, I'm him, getting a 2K, a 3K on the Hella. And that's going to be Riverdale just running away with it, as oh I'm him is going to be able to clean up. And, I mean, the Hella diff is there as well.
Yeah, I mean, and Northview unable to get this last touch on the point. No strange portals, no Spider-Man swaps on the side of there. So I mean, hey, Riverdale's just gonna clean sweep that second map win.
I mean, that second map went very quickly, as you know, Escort. They were only like held it for 4 minutes, and honestly, the defense lasted way longer than the attack. Marlon will take the MVP for Riverdale on the Venom, as we saw him do multiple dives and get so much disruption onto the back line of Northview.
Yeah, I mean, and we're looking at the stats right here. I mean, oh wait, I'm him V2, putting in crazy amounts of damage as well. 11k on the board. And I mean, hey, we're also seeing a lot of damage coming out from Ghostface on the Punisher. Not surprised there. That character does so much damage, and especially into Riverdale's comp, I really think Punisher was a really strong pick. But unfortunately, like you said before, I would have loved to see them use their ultimates a little more frequently, and maybe that could have pushed them a little over the edge. But I mean, Riverdale just has that dive coordination, and it's really hard to beat that.
Yep, definitely. And we're going to see how Riverdale is going to take that into the next map. This is going to be match point for the quarterfinals on this next match. Will Northview be able to do a reverse sweep, or Riverdale close it out in a 3-0 fashion? We'll see in just a moment. This is Esports Ohio. welcome back to Esports Ohio. This is a match between Riverdale and Northview on our club playoffs. This is the quarterfinals for our Marvel Rival season. I'm OP Needs and Anakin is here with me. And that last map, Riverdale won it in blazing speeds. So Anakin, how do you think Northview can come back from this 2-0 deficit?
I mean, hey, I'm looking at Northview's comp, and it's looking pretty darn good. They got that triple support. It's going to be really hard for Riverdale to break this this triple comp because Mantis, absolutely overpowered. Cloak and Dagger, absolutely overpowered. Punisher, really great solo DPS character.
Try raising 2 superpowered kids.
That was one of the portals of all time.
Yeah, this is pretty cool portal. Whoa. Yeah, it's tripping me up, that's for sure. But anyway, as I was saying, all of these supports are really darn good. Gonna be able to easily keep up this front line that's consisting of Strange and Row. That's gonna be able to damage boost the Punisher, allow them to get that ult at blazing speeds, and it's gonna be really good for Northview. However, Riverdale does have a Moon Knight. This character is the triple killer, because as we see, Stank already has their Moon Knight ultimate online.
Love battlefield medicine.
I mean, basically, into a triple comp, Moon Knight is low-key just a cooldown. We're going to see Stank, honestly, oh, what a grab. They pulled everyone together, the Moon Knight ult already. And that's going to be both Strangers having to back up there. The Moon Knight ult placed a little bit too deep. This ain't going to get the value. We do see Northview having their ultimates online as well. He's going to get a pick onto the Magic. And that's going to be Northview able to push up here. There's going to be the Mantis ult being unleashed here. So they're going to start running forward. Can't quite get a pick with those. Ghostface is going to make use of it, finding the Moon Knight. Snot Vader is going to be able to get the res, though, and gets immediately taken down. Forces the ult from the Invisible Woman and forces the ult from the Strange, and a pause on the side of Riverdale, as that is going to be B Party getting that pause.
Yeah, which side is B Party on?
I believe it's green, so I believe that is going to be the coach of Riverdale.
This is true. Maybe someone DC'd. I mean, I did see Stank walking in a straight line before. I'm not sure if it was them. Maybe there was like some kind of tech issue. Maybe someone's monitor turned off. Maybe someone lost power if they're not playing from home. Anything can really happen. But good thing we do have a pause feature embedded in the game. Very helpful with a nice little 30-minute timer on it. So, I mean, going into this, I mean, Northview's already looking so much better than they were before. That is 100%. I'm 100% sure of that because, I mean, the Mantis just getting so much value, building that ultimate really fast and allowing Northview to basically run onto the point. And, I mean, Riverdale only has 2 support ults at their disposal, while Northview has 3. And we're going to be getting right back into the action, folks. And we're going to pause again.
All right, getting rage baited a little bit here, but Anakin, tell me, I never see Mantis in these games, so tell me, why is Mantis not played, and like, why is Mantis so good in your eyes?
So Mantis does take a lot of skill and a lot of coordination because, I mean, the primary fire, it's very aim based. I'm gonna say a lot of support players don't have great mechanics. I mean, I can say it myself. I'm a support player. I play Jeff the Shark and I play Loki. I really don't have that great of aim. So, I mean, Mantis, it takes a lot of skill. Typically, you're gonna see DPS players play it as a third support because Mantis just doesn't have the healing output as much as an Invis, as much as a Cloak and Dagger, even like Rocket, like. Mantis, you really just need to play her in triple support comps, and not a lot of DPS players have that kind of flexibility to flex onto the heroes like Adam, onto the heroes like Mantis, even like Ultron as well. Like, you're never going to see him in a 2-2-2 comp. You're only going to see these heroes in a 3.
Makes sense. I mean, able to have that DPS, even with the extra utility. You know, Mantis has that sleep. Mantis has the damage amp. It's able to help her team in the 1v1 engages, so the Punisher can really just cut through the tanks and cut through anyone that they're looking at, which is definitely a big plus when you're running that solo DPS.
Yeah, 100%. Like, pretty much all Mantis has to do is just sleep whoever goes onto the back line and damage boost this Punisher. You keep this guy damage boost the entire game, this guy is going to shred. And I mean, I think that's exactly what we're seeing happening right now.
And currently, right now, we do see to have a DC in the lobby. Marlon on the Magic seems to have been disconnected. So I believe as we're going to get this tech issue figured out on their end, we're going to take it to a very quick break. And as soon as we're back from the tech issues, we're going to be right back with you. So we'll see you in just a second. Hello, everybody. We're back. Marlon is back, currently swapping over to the Gambit, was on the Magic, and now it's just a very quick swap back. I have Agamotto onto the 3. Riverdale trying to hold down the line, but that's going to be Northview, able to get a good ult there. And that's going to be Rat Kong taking down the Doctor Strange. It's going to be a hella ult from Juicy. I'm not going to find anything. As now it's going to be Northview kind of changing the pace, as they're going to be the ones in the driver's seat for the first time in this series.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was because of the DC, but I mean, also Northview on a really good comp here, really good matchup into Riverdale's comp. And I mean now it's gonna be a little tricky because Riverdale is on the most broken character in the history of this game, which is Gambit. And they're running in triple. So it's gonna be a matchup, folks. That's for sure.
We just saw Sickles Tank use his Moon Knight ult, hit air, but he's gonna build one up in like half a fight. That is gonna be Punisher throwing his ult down, but can he actually get into the fight to make it meaningful? Has the damage boost on from the Mantis. Is going to be able to destroy the rocket pylon, but that's going to be all he gets with his ult before he's taken down by the Moon Knight.
Yeah, Stinkerstein putting in the work, and already at 80% to another ult. I think we're going to see 2 Moon Knight ults go down this fight.
It's going to be a good ult from both of the Invisible Woman, but it's going to be Zoom Clear on the Bucky Barnes, able to get the 2 there, and that's going to be Riverdale stopping the push and returning to be in their good defensive position.
Yeah, I mean, Marlon with the clutch swap onto Gambit. And I mean, Northview's gonna have to make some kind of adaptation because I don't know. It's gonna be really tough for Northview to break the Gambit hold here. We're gonna see some.
It's gonna be a Mantis ult is a good start to try to break the hold. That is going to be the Doctor Strange falling very low. It is going to be the res being used by Sickles Tank. He falls low, but pops the ult to keep himself clear of guys. And June Clear gets a pick on the Bucky Barnes. Looking for another hits and a reset on the ult. Looking for a second kill. That's going to be a 3rd reset for him. He'll get the 4th, trying to kill the Cloak and Dagger in their ult, and that Cloak and Dagger ult came a little bit too late, but the rest of their team just exploded from the Bucky.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate that Cloak and Dagger ult did not quite hit the rest of the team. Went a little too far forward. Probably need to dash back just a little bit before going in. But I mean, hey, Riverdale again, 2 minutes on the clock here. It's going to be tough for Northview to break this ult, but they do have ults online with the Rogue ult, they have the Strange ult, coming close to another Punisher ult, so maybe they can make something happen.
Bucky, a little bit out of position here. Is going to get kept up by his Gambit. That's going to be a damage amplifier used by the Rocket. I have Agamotto to stop all aggression, but I have Agamotto hits nothing. That's going to be Northview's I have Agamotto hitting more, but gets taken down during it. It's going to be a trade onto the Bucky, but it just might not be enough. There's only 3 members standing of Northview, but there is enough time to get a reset.
Yep, and now Northview has a lot of ults at their disposal. They just need to make sure that they don't stack these support ults, because stacking support ults will straight up lose you the game. You just want to have better timers on your ults.
We
and,
are
oh my god, just the damage from his character.
It's going to be the Mantis popping the ult. That's going to be it being fired back by the Invisible Woman ult. That's going to be a staggered ult there. The Invisible Woman's going to fire back with their own. Sickles Tank has the ult available though. It's going to be, oh wait on him, falling first. Moon Knight throws his ult down. Stop Vader finds a resurrection. There's going to be a Cloak and Dagger ult having to be used here. The Bucky trying to get the reset, gets the reset on the first one, looking for the second pick onto the Mantis. Can't quite find it through the Cloak and Dagger ult. Falls to 1 HP and gets taken down by the Mantis, who's been essential in this push so far, as Riverdale, with only 4 members remaining on the cart, has to hold the rest of the pressure from Northview.
Yeah, I mean, Riverdale doing a great job holding, but I mean, Northview also do a phenomenal job spacing out the support, keeping the fight active as long as possible. But now it's going to be last fight territory, 10 seconds on the clock. Someone's going to have to make a play, but Riverdale's just going to be holding this.
Stank gets a pick onto the Punisher, who had his ult available very quickly. Rogue pops their ult, tries to stop anyone from gaining any ult charge themselves. The Punisher ulted out of spawn. A little bit of a misplay there. Bagamoto is going to be able to hit 3. That's all 3 of those members are going to fall down. Way too quickly. The shield blocks all the pressure from the receiving Bagamoto, and that's going to be Northview blundering that attack and not being able to push it all the way to first checkpoint.
Yep, and I mean, the Gambit swap, just gonna, as soon as they swap Gambit, it's just gonna be a straight hold from Riverdale. That character needs to be nerfed.
You either play Gambit or you lose to Gambit. It's kind of the vibes here.
Exactly, and I mean, it really is unfortunate that there aren't any bans in this league, because I mean, bans are just so crucial to how your team plays. If you're not playing the most overpowered characters, you might run into some pretty big challenges. And Marlon flexing the Lord Gambit, really showing off that they do have the skills. I mean, Gambit is a little difficult to start learning, but once you get a foothold on the character, oh my god, he is so good.
I mean, who would on the side of Northview be willing to swap to Gambit on their comp if one of them did and tried to like equal out the power level here?
Honestly, I think it would have to be either Invis or the Cloak here. So you keep the triple support, but you have the Gambit, Mantis, and then maybe even like a Cloak Blind. I think Cloak Blind is just better here because Riverdale doesn't really have an answer for the Cloak ult.
The battle starts
like they can't really kill the Cloak out of their ult, like having a
two,
Mag or a Hawkeye or a Punisher to one shot.
All you need to do is
so I think Invis would be the one to swap in this case.
The Vishanti
even
sent
though
me
Invis
to the
is really
ancient
good, but
one.
Gambit is
It
just
was my
better.
destiny.
And like Gambit can anti, Cloak can blind, Mantis can damage boost everyone. It's gonna be good.
Oh,
I see a sneaky little portal.
Trick play here from Riverdale.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Flipping the map, establishing the high ground, especially on this first point, very important. As the Black Panther just goes ballistic in the back.
He's gonna be able to get people to half HP. Doesn't quite get a pick there though. It is gonna be Northview getting the pick onto the Thor first and foremost, but this Black Panther in such prime position to wreak havoc. What a sleep from the Mantis! But it doesn't matter, so he's going to get the reset and get to the Mantis, and the Invisible Woman just cannot sustain this. That's going to be Riverdale, their trick play working wonders as they're going to be able to cap this first point.
Yeah, I mean, an interesting swap onto the Black Panther, but I mean, with the enemies just going to be super stacked up, I mean, you're always just going to find value on these, on those dashes and those spears as well. And then I'm getting a little active, trying to stall the cart as much as possible, even though the cart can't be contested right now.
A little too active, if you ask me, as he's going to get staggered out. And now Northview kind of grasping at straws. The Thor is kind of trying to 1v1 here, but it's going to be Rat Kong walking back a little bit.
Yeah, and now, I mean, Northview is a little staggered as the cart pushes closer and closer to this final objective. Going to be taking the series here. Northview has to do something with some kind of ults. The Gambit ult's going to come out along with the rocket ult.
I mean, that's just Bagamoto on the 2. That's just Northview just getting demolished. All it took was the Gambit ult, and that sealed the deal. They just popped all of their ults at once, and that's going to be Riverdale taking the series, as that will be the quarterfinals going to Riverdale's, as now they're going to make their way to the semis.
Yeah, I mean, Northview did put up a really strong fight, but I mean, unfortunately, Riverdale just made those adaptations, especially the Gambits, and just ran away with that last map.
I mean, we also see here Riverdale with the victory. We also see here in the stat screen, as we see June Clear doing a lot of damage, getting 12 final hits for his team. But oh wait, I'm him V2 really rocking it on that solo tank for the majority of the game. Really patient, strange player and able to hold the line for his team the majority of the time.
Yeah, I mean, all these players had their moments. I mean, especially like both Stranges just duking it out. I mean, it was really fun to see that, and I'm hoping to see some more of the oh wait, I'm him Doctor Strange in future matches.
But, ladies and gentlemen, that is all that we're going to be having for today. As sadly, we kind of missed the first map, but, you know, it was kind of a breeze. As the first map was done, the second map was already started, and it was over in like 7 minutes. But Riverdale is the 3-0 champion. I've been OP Nice. Thank you, Anakin, for producing and casting with me today. And I'll see y'all in the next one.
Have a good one, guys.